Hi everyone, it's Drawing with Julia back with another video, and today I am going to be showing you the way I design characters. So this is going to be really fun because you're going to get to see a little bit into my process and, what I do. So, so let's just hop right into it, if that's cool with you guys. Okay, let's get started. So, the first step in my process for designing a character is to figure out what type of character. So, I decided that I want this character to be a chef, so like a slightly older chef woman. So, So, first off, I made a new Pinterest board, and I called it Chef Character Design. Well, actually, I called it Chef Character, but, So I made that board, and then I just searched Pinterest. So first I searched for chef drawing. I didn't find much. So then I searched for a chef outfit. I found a lot of nice outfits, and I saved them to the place. So I got some more casual outfits, some more fancy outfits, a bunch of different types of stuff. Just so I had a wide range of options to, pick from and stuff. So next, I searched up a bun hairstyle because I decided I wanted this character to have like a bun because, usually when people are cooking, they have their hair up in a bun so it doesn't get in the food. So I decided to make a bun. So I decided to do a ballerina bun because ballerina buns are usually really tight. So I got one of those. I got a few references of that just so I had it if I wanted to reference it. But, And next, I looked up, poses. I looked up cooking poses so that I could get some poses of people while they're cooking, just so I had some references, because I think the number one thing that I always use references for are poses. So, so I got a lot of different poses that I thought I could use for it. And so after I gathered all my stuff, I went to my board and I checked, and I was like, okay, is this everything I want? So I was like, is this everything I want? But then I made a reference board with all of the images I had gathered using PureRef, and it's really easy. You just drag and drop them into the thing and arrange them, and then you just save it as a PNG. So I made this board with all the stuff, and now let's actually get started drawing. So, actually we're not ready to start drawing yet. First, I need to talk to you guys a little bit about something called shape language. So basically, shape language is in character design, or just like design in general, different shapes make you feel different things. So for like a circle, for example, it would make you feel like kind of like friendly and like trustworthy, and like you can count on them, and kind of like bubbly because and then for like a square, they're like square or like serious because there's like perfect edges and it's very straight. And then for a triangle, it's kind of like rambunctious or like mischievous or like kind of evil sometimes, but like or like mischievous, stuff like that. Like a little bit of you're not really at ease. So I decided that I wanted this character to be a little rambunctious but also very friendly, and I took that into account when designing her body shape, which is what we're going to do next. So now we're going to design her body shape. So first off, I wanted to give her more of a triangular head, or some people call it like a heart-shaped head, where it's smaller at the bottom and bigger at the top, which is a very common head shape. And I wanted to make her torso very triangular, so very like sharp, broad shoulders, and I wanted to do like more of a round bottom and legs and that type of thing, like a round pelvis. And but this is very exaggerated. I make it a little less exaggerated when I actually do the drawings, but this is just so I can get like an idea of the body type. Okay, so now we are starting on the actual concept sketches. So this sketch, admittedly, I actually did this before I decided on what body type I wanted, So it doesn't really fit with the body type that I originally set out to do. And this is definitely my least favorite. I hated it. It was my first sketch of the day though, and I hadn't drawn in a little while, so you have to excuse me for that one. So I was like, okay, well that sucks, that's horrible. So then I decided to try a new concept. So this one, I did chopping, like a carrot or like a onion or like a cucumber, or chopping something, looking kind of intensely at the thing in like 3/4 view. And I really like that concept. Then I did this one, which I also really liked. I think this one was really cool. It was similar to the last one, like the pose was similar. But yeah. But I do end up like changing this one a lot, because she kind of looks like a mom in this picture, not really like a professional chef. Like maybe it's like an amateur chef, like a young person. The next one, this one's pretty intense. I was actually referencing that image right there that I found on Pinterest. And this one is like an intense looking at something and chopping it. And one hand is like holding up like a kind of like a stop sign, I guess. But yeah, I really liked this concept. It looked a little too intense, and also the angle looked weird, and I was scared I would mess it up. So yeah, but now it's time. Which drawing I would pick to move on past just the concept sketch and, you know, make it the full way for the finished illustration. So first I did this one and I don't like it, and I just decided to ditch that one. So that was already an elimination. And so I did this like an elimination thing. So that one, I had it in my final 2. But yeah, so that one was a big winner. And then this one was also pretty close. I just can go over the expression in that one. But you'll see what I do later on. Another thing that helps me with this process to decide is I ask my friends and family, like I call them, or I just talk to them in my house, like my family, and I ask them like, what do you think of this and which one should I choose? So eventually I decided to go with this sketch. Now I decided to take it to a second sketch because a lot of things were very like, you know, not figured out, and I just wanted to make sure to figure everything out. So I actually changed the expression. I didn't really like the whole like happy thing because it looks a little too like casual. So then I decided to not do like a happy thing, to do more of an intense face that I did in the other 2 drawings. So yeah, so I did a second sketch layer just to figure out all the details, especially like the hands. I'm very guilty of not doing very good hands, just being lazy with them. But I think I did pretty good hands in this drawing, if I say so myself. So yeah, so I'm working on the sketch layer, trying to make it good. Instead of doing a scoop neck t-shirt, I decided to change it to a polo shirt, because first off, I think that added something. Second off, I wanted it to look a little less casual, like maybe she could work in like a restaurant that's like kind of like, yeah, I don't know, a little upscale restaurant, or just like a restaurant that isn't like, I don't know, like a cheap family business or something. Not that family businesses aren't good or like cheap food isn't good, just that like I kind of want to have a different vibe with this character, you know? So I decided to make her kind of old, not like that old, but like old, like 55 old, which isn't even that old. I mean, my parents are around that age, so it's not like anything like crazy old, just like not like, because usually when I draw people, they're like, they look like they're like 20 or something like that. I just wanted her to look a little older than my average because I wanted to try something new. So yeah, and I just decided to adjust the face a little bit because I thought it looked a little too small, though that can also be either a stylistic choice or some people just have small facial features. I just didn't really want to go in that direction with this character. So yeah, so now I started on the line art. Line art is always so fun for me because you get to see like the whole thing come together, and it's like the first step where it's actually like this is actually like it's gonna be in the final product. Like these exact strokes you're drawing are gonna be in the final product. So like you have to be careful because I mean it is digital art and you can always like, you know, do the undo button, but it's still you wanna like focus on it and keep track, and because this isn't a sketch anymore. This isn't like you're not gonna see it anymore because you're gonna see it. So that's what I love about line art. But anyways, sometimes whenever I'm unsure about using something, I do it on a different layer, just because I don't know if I'm gonna like use it in like the final. So I put it on a different layer, which I think it's a pretty smart thing to do. I mean, I used to not do it, but now I do it a lot. So, oh, and also, excuse me, these scrambled eggs that I draw, they're horrible. They look like squiggly, gross butts or something. I don't know. They just don't look very appetizing. So I'm sorry about that part. Everything can be perfect. And also, this is just a character design. We're not really focusing on the things that aren't the character, even though it would be nice to actually like be good at like stuff that isn't people for once. But I mean, everyone has different strengths. So now we're going to talk a little bit about color theory. So this is a concept art that, first off, I'm not amazing at. I'm definitely still learning. Same with everything in this. I mean, I am only a kid. But, so basically, let's just do a little basic color theory. One side of the color wheel is cool colors, other side is warm colors. They're called warm and cool colors because they are. I don't really know why. But, so also something really cool about the color wheel is colors opposite each other are complementary colors. So like blue, like a more like a turquoise and like a deep and like a reddish orange, those are complementary. Like a green and a red, those are complementary. You might notice that those are Christmas colors. You know? They're Christmas colors because they're complementary. But yeah. And then you have like a darkish blue and like marigold, and those are colors. And something you would notice about these is not all of them look like great together, but some of them, like the blue and the gold, they're like really popular. Like my school colors are blue and gold, and they're very popular colors like everywhere. They're just popular colors in general. Those are actually my two favorite colors. So, yes, they're very popular colors that go together. So, you know, like the green in that one, they don't look amazing. But, yeah. So, we're pretty much done with the color theory top. So, here I just chose some quick colors using color theory like I just mentioned in the last clip. But, yeah, so I decided to go for, you know, some nice warm tones, like neutral colors, for that aspect. And then I also want to throw in some like wild card colors. So yeah. So then I just quickly added in I just dropped in some colors, you know, where I wanted them to be. So I did like white for the shirt, and you know, like the light brown for the skin, and the dark brown for the hair, and you know, all the stuff you would usually put in, you know, places. Yeah. So a really cool thing you can do for colors to work is you just drop them on a different layer and then just lower the opacity so that they can like fit in with the rest of the colors well, and they're more cohesive. So yeah, and I did the same thing with that. And this video is getting kind of long, so I'm just gonna make a fast forward through all these parts of the video where I just do shading and backgrounds and stuff. So yeah, I just did my normal shading. I did add a little bit of like extra shading on the arms because I felt like they needed something, but that's all. Mostly I just did my regular shading routine. It's not really a routine though. It's like a process, like a method, if you will. Yeah. So I added in the colors. I decided to go for a pretty like nice lips, I guess. And I added a few wrinkles just so the character could be like, you know, good, I guess. And at first I did this because I forgot you could just highlight the outside and then expand, which I always forget to do for some reason. But then I spent like forever going inside these and then cleaning them up. I don't know why it took so long. I was listening to the Book of Mormon during this, and that's all I remember. Anyways, guys, that is my finished product. Tell me what you liked and what you didn't like and what I should improve on down below about, like, my video and stuff. And also tell me what to draw next. And, yes, and thank you so much for watching. And go subscribe to my Instagram. That's not how it works. But you know what I mean. And yeah. And please get a commission. Bye. Thanks so much for watching.